I'm Dianne Marsh, and my company, SRT Solutions, does work in both Java and in .NET. And so I spend a lot of time talking to people in the .NET community about what great things the Java community does. I talk about how phenomenal the community is in general, and so I thought it would be only fair if I exposed you guys to some of the things that I think the Microsoft community does well for itself, and in particular what Microsoft the company does well. I know that the way that Java is structured and the way Sun is structured is significantly different. What I'm hoping we can do is sort of brainstorm ideas for how we can get some of the same benefits that I see Microsoft providing to its community through our own sort of more grassroots efforts, perhaps. So anyways, that's my motivation. And also I think it's really good for all of us to know our competition. And since all of the people who are here are really passionate Java developers, why waste such an opportunity? So I figured you guys are the people that are a great market for this. So, and then know the competition. Microsoft pays evangelists to pay attention to what's going on in the community. These are developers, and that they've sort of spirited into the marketing organization. The evangelists do a lot of things, and I can go through that, but they're the paid people. Okay. Then there's non-paid resources as well. They have regional directors, which are very limited in number. They have most valuable professionals, which are defined by the product team. They do a great deal of user group support. They provide a speaker bureau that any of the user groups can access that provides user groups with free speakers and travel for speakers to be able to come into user groups. And they provide a lot of financial support for the local and regional conferences. One reason why there are no Microsoft MVPs here this week is because this also happened to be the MVP Summit in Redmond, and so I'll go through that in a second. So the Evangelism Team falls under marketing. That means that they sell Microsoft. They don't sell a particular product. What they're doing is sort of selling the concept of what Microsoft can do for developers. They don't have sales quotas. What their real measurement is how many people they reach. So when they do talks, when they blog, how many people are following their blog, when they speak at conferences, when they reach out to people on Twitter. And so today, as I was putting together this talk, the evangelist one of the evangelists who's in my region saw me Twitter that I was going to do this talk today. I just put the title out, and I wanted to see what happened. And within 5 minutes, he did a direct tweet back to me that said, "Oh, I'd be interested to hear that talk, Dianne. And when are you doing it?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing it tonight, but if you want to help, you can make sure I have my facts right." So he called me on the phone, and he helped me with all my facts. So that was pretty cool. So what are the qualifications of an evangelist? They're technical and hands-on. These are not salespeople. They have to be able to do code samples for people. They have to be able to answer questions. They do demos and tutorials, things like that. They have above average speaking skills, and they value community. The regional directors are these really well-known people in the community. They're usually authors, presenters at conferences. There's about 100 in the US. This is more analogous to the Java champions. The most valuable professionals are budgeted by the product teams. They're nominated by the evangelists, and they're one-year nominations, but they're product-specific. So there's like an Xbox MVP and a C# MVP, and they're not, I don't think, as limited in number. The local regional conferences, you get a lot of money. Not only do they send prominent speakers, they also send a lot of team members, and so you see a lot of other people, like somebody from the F# team and somebody from Codeplex showed up at CodeMash and just like hung around, and we were able to talk to them and find out a lot about those products as well. So what about Java? We have an awesome community, but I think that as far as evangelism, we don't have a lot of direction. Nobody's really doing any promotion except for the Java Posse, and we lack the financial backing of a company. Mike Van Riper's doing a great thing for the user group coordination. I think he's going to be able to help do a lot of what the iNeta Speaker Bureau can do in terms of funneling resources, even though not money, but at least speakers around. I know we have some Java champions. They're smaller in number. I think they're more analogous to the regional directors than the MVPs. Do we want an MVP? Analog? What would they do? Who would direct them? Could we engage marketing to help? And would any of us want to volunteer? And that's all I have. So can we get